Once upon a soft summer night, when the world seemed to hold its breath under a silvery sky, there lay hidden beyond a field of whispering grasses an enchanted garden known only to the moon. It was called the Moonlight Garden. No foot ever trod its pale paths by day, for its gate appeared only when moonbeams slid across the horizon. Tonight, 11-year-old Mira crept from her window, following a single gleaming beam that danced through her backyard. Guided by its glow, she found herself before an iron archway entwined with pale blue blossoms, petals soft as lullabies. As she pushed open the gate, the garden sighed awake. Flowers unfurled in slow motion, revealing petals of pearl, frost-white lilies, and star-shaped honeysuckles that shimmered like lanterns. A silver brook wound through the center, its water rippling with reflected constellations. The air smelled of starlight and honey. At the far end, perched on a marble bench, sat a little fox 3 times too small, its fur pale as mist. Its amber eyes met Mira's with gentle curiosity. "Welcome," it whispered, and though its voice was soft as the night breeze, Mira understood every word. "Who are you?" she asked. "I am Lunasong," the fox replied, "guardian of the Moonlight Garden. Only those whose hearts are full of wonder may enter." Mira's heart fluttered like a trapped bird. "I love stories," she admitted, "and I needed one tonight." Lunasong's tail swept the ground, stirring petals that lifted and danced around them. "Then you shall have a story," he said. "Follow me." They wandered beneath pearlescent arches where vines hung like crystal chandeliers. Each step brought new marvels: roses whose thorns turned to stars when touched, a fountain that sang in voices of lost lullabies, and firefly-sized moths that traced silver runes in midair. At the garden's center stood a great moonflower, its bud closed tight. "This flower blooms but once every 100 years," Lunasong explained. "When it opens, its petals release memories of every dream whispered to the night sky." Mira knelt beside it. "Will it open tonight?" The fox cocked his head. "If your story is true and your heart sings with hope, it will." So Mira whispered softly of the adventures she longed to have, of flying on dragon butterflies, of diving beneath seas made of starlight, of cities carved in clouds. With each word, the moonflower trembled, its silvery bud quivering until at last it unfurled with a lazy, luminous sigh. A gentle glow spilled forth, carrying with it drifting motes that danced into Mira's hair and arms. Suddenly she could see, far off, glistening realms she had only dared imagine. She felt their warmth, tasted their sweetness, heard the faint hum of magic calling her onward. Tears of wonder glistened in her eyes as she turned to thank Lunasong, but the little fox was already fading into the moonlit mist. "Remember," his voice echoed, "the magic lives within you. Whenever you need it, follow the light of your own dreams." And then the garden began to dim. The flowers closed, the brook stilled, the gate disappeared among the grasses, and Mira found herself once more in her backyard, the moon high above, still smiling. Clutching a single silver petal in her hand, she slipped back through her window and into bed. That night, and for every night after, she carried the glow of the Moonlight Garden in her heart, and with it the promise that magic was only a dream away.